plastic can't compare. You are naturally occurring business, and not the kind you might find flowing in a pink stomach medicine, and your low visibility on the streets because of rain, not fog or pollution. And you're the condensation drips down my window, and I've been sitting in my car for too long. Four-leaf clovers are not that rare. They are manufactured in plastic and paper. Oh, but you are like a three-leaf clover. You might not be perfect to anybody's standards, but God knows plastic can't compare.
This morning is our morning for marking milestones, for celebrating beginnings and endings in our congregation and our life together. It is important to take time to mark these moments of transition, of something ending, something else beginning, of unfolding in our lives. And we don't have that many moments where we stop and say, something has ended, something new is being born. So I invite you, whether or not you are part of those being celebrated today, to take the time to think about what is unfolding, what is ending, what is beginning, what you are in the midst of, and honor that too. So come, let us gather on this day of joyful celebration. Come, let us worship together.
Welcome all. It's such a pleasure to see so many people attending this very special service, in person and on Zoom. I want to especially warmly welcome those who are new to People's Church or who are visiting for the first time. Welcome, and feel free to help yourself to any of our pamphlets on the wall out in the Commons, and ask plenty of questions of those that you meet here. As Unitarian Universalists, we share many values, and we also come to the table with our differences. We are challenged to do our own looking for what matters to us most, and what we think matters to other people, and to all creatures, and to the world, the environment, and then say what it is that we care about. And from these questions and answers, we come together in community. Here you are invited to bring your full identity, your joys and sorrows, and your openness to what is around you into community each week. Please, please, do not hide or erase any part of who you are. It's what makes us whole.
We have a few announcements as we begin today. So our service is a little unusual. We'll have our kids with us for longer than we often do, and then we will sing out the 4th graders and younger, right, to specialty classes and their classrooms. But 5th graders and up are invited to stay in this room because the big kids talking will be you before you know it. So it's good to see what they do. After the service, we are having a reception to celebrate all of the wonderful folks who contribute to our religious education program for children and youth. So please, everyone who is here in person, stay for cookies and punch. Update on our White Elephant sale, which is happening 2 weeks from yesterday on the 15th. Drop-off has begun, so there are items that we will be selling that you have donated already coming in, and drop-off will continue on Wednesday and Thursday evenings and from noon to 2 on Sundays for the next several weeks. After the service ends today, we need some people who are able to lift moderately heavy things to help get some tables that are under this chancel. So it'll be fun for you to see where they come from if you don't already know, all the way down the stairs to by the main entrance. So if you are willing to help with that, just linger near the front up here when the service is over, and our team will put you to work. Next Sunday is the final service of the church program year. It's our flower service, which is our annual anti-fascist ritual. I invite you to bring a flower or several with you to church that day for us to share, or to have some flowers nearby if you're with us on Zoom. If you want to dress for the day, I feel like floral is an appropriate dress code, but wear whatever makes you feel joyful. And after the service that day, we will have our first meeting of our Me and White Supremacy Book Circle. This is a group for people who benefit from white privilege. A light lunch and childcare are available. Talk to me or sign up online if you'd like to participate. And now I invite us to sing the song that I always think of as the theme song of this church. It is a song called People of Hope.
Rise and body your spirit to sing our song together. It's hard to believe in the sun in the dark of the night. And it's hard to believe in the stars in the bright morning light. Well, we all need a place we can go to learn what is real, to ponder the depths of the soul where truth is revealed. Oh, this is our place. This is our home. Working and seeking, we're never alone. In this mortar and stone, these windows and walls, love's earthly home, heeding the call. It's bread for the journey, oil for the flame, for people of love, people of hope, people of change. It's hard to believe there is peace when war rages on. And it's hard to believe there is love in hate's raging throng. But for every brave soldier, a peacemaker takes her own stand. And for every soul long turned away, there waits a new hand. Oh, let it be you. Let it be me. Hearing God's story this mortar and stone, these windows and walls, love's earthly home, heeding the call, it's bread for the journey, oil for the flame, for people of love, people of hope, people of change. When a place is what welcomes you in, you build it, you change it, so the promise of love can begin here in this room, here in these halls, hearts open wide, welcoming all in this mortar and stone, these windows and walls, love's earthly home, heeding the call, it's bread for the journey, oil for the flame, for people of love, people of hope, people of change. We're people of love, people of hope, people of change. We're living out love, living out hope, living out change. Sing out for love, sing out for hope, sing out for change. So now I believe in the sun in the dark of the night.
I write this challenge as a symbol of my commitment to the values of Unitarian Universalism. May its light be a beacon of hope to me and to all who seek freedom, truth, and meaning in life. Sorry.
In addition to the chalice being lit here at People's Church, we have people who are with us on Zoom today, kindling chalice flames where they are, or perhaps just in their hearts. Today, there's a chalice lit in the Millwood neighborhood, and perhaps other places, but it takes a little while to type it into Zoom. There's also one in Oshtemo. What a gift it is to be together in time, even when we aren't all together in place. One of the many celebrations we are having today is a celebration of the newest members of our congregation. Since our last new member ritual, which was in November, 4 people have joined the church and 3 have returned to membership after a time away. So today we celebrate the newest members who want to be publicly celebrated, which is a subset of our membership. In 1892, the members of People's Church adopted a bond of union. And for the last 132 years or so, every new member of the church has made the same promise, with only minor updates for more inclusive language. So today, we welcome some of the newest members of our church community by reciting these words together. And Donna Kay, a member of the Board of Trustees, will lead us. The words are in your order of service and will be on the screen.
Good morning. Please join me in reciting our bond of union. Earnestly desiring to develop in ourselves and in the world honest, reverent thought, faithfulness to our highest conception of right living, the spirit of love and service to all people, and allegiance towards all the interests of morality and religion as interpreted by the growing thought and purest lives of humanity. We join ourselves together, hoping to help one another in all good things and advance the cause of pure and practical religion in the community. We base our union upon no creed test, but upon the purpose herein expressed, and welcome all who wish to join us to help establish truth, righteousness, and love in all the world.
And let us welcome some of our newest members. As I call your names, please come forward, select a chalice for your household from the table up in front, and Rick Johnson, another board member, will light its flame from our chalice flame. And please stay up here for a minute just so we can look at you and celebrate you. There are photos and introductions to these folks in the booklet that was on the same table as the order of service. They will also be in the next newsletter. So these folks and their families are welcome to come forward. Michelle Richards. And Lily Slack. Yay.
I would like to invite all of our 5th through 8th grade OWL graduates this year to come forward. So if you were in 5th or 6th grade OWL class, or if you were in 7th, 8th grade OWL class, OWL stands for Our Whole Lives Sexuality Education Program, and their teachers too, Bertie. I invite you to come up, Shannon, right up on the river. Come right into the river. Ben, Rowan.
Rowan's in the nursery.
Rowan's in the nursery. Of course she is. So this is a very small sampling of the number of 5th and 6th, so just turn around and face the people. 5th and 6th grade and 7th and 8th grade, Our Whole Lives Sexuality Education students. The middle schoolers were there the entire year, had class every single Sunday, and they started right at 9:45, so they were never even in the service. The 5th and 6th graders had a shorter class, but very important information as you're approaching puberty. And so we just want to give these kids a big round of applause for their amazingness and their teachers. That's it. Excellent. And now I'm glad that we had Shannon and Ben and Bree come up, because our religious education program could not happen without the commitment of amazing and dedicated volunteers. So if you helped, taught, or sub in an RE class, I would like to invite you to stand up wherever you are. And I would like people to look around and just notice. There's a slide that has the names on it of the full breadth and depth of people who help support and make our RE program what it is. Let's give these people a round of applause. invite you to our reception afterwards, our dessert and punch, RE Volunteer Appreciation Reception. Look around for these faces and say thank you to these people who have donated and dedicated an enormous amount of time. They're each getting a gift of herbs, and it includes some time to thank them for their time, some rosemary for remembrance, and for some sage for sharing their wisdom with our youth. So thank you, all of you. And finally, I would like to ask the RE committee members to stand up. And if you're in the very back corner, come towards, actually I want you guys to come towards the front so they can see you not in the back corner. So these people are the heart of our RE program. They basically are the brains behind the action, and they set the goals, they do an inordinate amount of work. If you could imagine how many people we have fed food after church every Sunday this year for all of these OWL classes. They have organized all of our child care providers, all of our specialty classes, all of our evaluations, all of our registration forms. Like the breadth of what they do is phenomenal. So if any of them have ever contacted you and said, will you be an RE greeter? Would you help out? Would you bring food? Will you bring cookies to the reception? I hope that when you get that email in your inbox, you reply, yes, what date can I sign up to help? Leadership role to make that happen. So a big round of applause for these RE committee members. All right.
Standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my trialing heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor nor port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite sea before me,
And now is the moment when we are singing our younger children to their classes and their specialty classes. They get to do parkour and chess today, which seems really fun. So please join me in singing.
Go forth in peace in search of wisdom, with love to guide you on your way. And may the joy of life surround you wherever you may go. Go forth in peace in search of wisdom, with love to guide you on your way. And may the joy of life surround you wherever you may go.
People's people are generous people. And even on this day when we are celebrating milestones within our community, we are able to look beyond the walls of this building, the bounds of this community, and offer to help those in our wider community in need of help. So as you know, once a month, we send our offering out into the world to support the work of an organization doing good and important work in our community. And today, that special organization is Housing Resources Incorporated. And Michelle Davis, their executive director, is here with us now to tell us a little bit about their good work. I invite you to be as generous as you are able this morning. Please come.
Good morning, everyone. What a wonderful celebration to be invited to. I've certainly been invited on the right Sunday. It's so uplifting to see all of the joy here today. So I'm the executive director of Housing Resources, Inc., and we do three things. If you are experiencing homelessness, or you are near or facing homelessness or eviction, we try to house you, and we help you stay in your home. And right now in Kalamazoo County, we are fighting that front line against homelessness with historic levels of housing shortage on all levels. Everything from a tiny home to a luxury apartment is hard to find. Right now, there are over 500 households on what we call our by name list. That's the list that we identify people by name who are living outdoors, in vehicles, in places not meant for human habitation, in our emergency shelters, or other situations that are defined as homeless. Over 500 households. There are 2,000 children in our school district experiencing homelessness right now. And with a historic level of housing shortage, we must do better, we must work harder, and that's what our agency stands for. Our mission is the assurance of housing for the economically and socially vulnerable people of Kalamazoo County. So that's the first thing we do. We try to house homeless people, and we help prevent people from becoming homeless in the first place. The second thing we do is, decades ago, we were a developer of affordable housing, and we currently own the Rickman House downtown, which is 49 units for people who are living with disabilities who come from homelessness. They can live there as long as they want. And we also own the Rosewood community out on 12th Street. That seems sometimes to be the most surprising for people. Our staff at HRI also staff the Rickman House 24 hours a day, 365 days a year to provide supports to the people living there. And the third thing we do are called special projects. And that takes the form of whatever kind of urgent need our community needs at the time. Right now, we have two special projects that we're working on. One is our disaster relief project that is new just in the last 2 weeks in response to the tornado. We have received funds from United Way and the Kalamazoo Community Foundation to help people specifically with housing relocation, housing search, and to help pay housing costs once we are able to find them somewhere new to go. The Red Cross shelter for the tornado is scheduled to close this Wednesday. They may extend it, but for now it's scheduled to close this Wednesday. And so when you have over 500 households already looking for housing that's not available, and you add a disaster into this area, we are at a critical level of needing assistance. The last thing we do in terms of special projects is what's called our Kazoo Pod Community, a place of dignity. So among those 500 households that are on the list and are experiencing homelessness, around 200 is the estimate, probably more, but those are the ones that we know of, are literally sleeping outside or in vehicles in the dirt, in tents, on blankets, and we don't have a solution for them. They don't use traditional emergency shelter services. And so a couple of years ago, HRI bought 50 pods, which are individual living spaces where people can have a place to sleep, storage, it locks, there's a bike rack, it's heated, it's air conditioned. And we are trying desperately to set up a pod community where people can come up off the streets and stay until housing is available to them. We've located a site on Lake Street, and we are in a private fundraising phase to be able to move forward with that product, a critical fundraising phase to move forward with that project. And that is under the City of Kalamazoo's emergency housing ordinance, which is allowing these types of projects to move forward. So that I ask that today that you just consider those numbers, and more importantly, not the numbers, but those faces. There's so much misinformation out there about people who are unhoused and experiencing homelessness. They're not working, they don't want to work, they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that. The truth is that most people experiencing homelessness have a job. That job does not afford them the housing that, the housing costs that Kalamazoo has right now. So even people that are experiencing the loss of housing through the tornado are now having the eye-opening experience of what it costs to get into a rental unit and how unaffordable that is. So I thank you for having me today. I would be glad to speak to any of you individually, or if you want to call our office, take a look at our website, which is housingresourcesinc.org. There's some frequently asked questions about our pod project, and I'd love to talk to you some more about it, but just thank you so much for having me today. Last year, we put out $8 million into the community in direct financial assistance. Most of that was the COVID funding that ended. This year, our budget dropped to $800,000. So we went from 8 million to 800,000 to be able to assist people as the COVID funds end. So thank you for your generosity today and for listening. And I hope you have a wonderful time continuing your celebrations.
Good morning. This is a song written by Joni Mitchell that I think some of you know, especially if you're of a certain age. It's a beautiful song. It's called The Circle Game. Feel free to sing along in the chorus. That would be great. The lyrics are printed in your program there. Yesterday, a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar. Fearful when the sky was full of thunder, fearful at the falling of a star. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. Then the child moved 10 times round the seasons, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like, when you're older, must appease him, and promises of someday make his dreams. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to car wheels through the town, and they tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet to slow the circle down. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. So the years spin by, and now the boy is 20. Though his dreams have lost some grandeur coming true, there'll be new dreams, maybe better dreams, and plenty before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. And go round and round and round in the circle game.
Thanks.
Please join me in giving thanks. From the countless gifts we've each been given, gifts of love and substance, we bring these small portions to share in the works of love that none of us can accomplish alone.
I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open.
One of the main goals that we have in our religious education program at People's Church is to provide each child and youth that comes through our doors with a safe haven of love, unconditional acceptance, and support to surround them as they grow and blossom into young adults. We hope that each child develops an internal toolbox to help guide them throughout their lives of spiritual practices and tools. We want their experiences at People's Church to provide them with opportunities to act in right relations with others, with themselves, with the earth, all while learning and growing and striving to be the best people that each of us can be. Toward these goals, we teach our kids about the broad scope of world religions, how to be creators of peace and social justice, about Unitarian, Universalist values and ideals, and about living in harmony with our earth. We aim to sow in them the seeds of acceptance for others at the same time that we hope they discover what feeds their spirits and nourishes their souls. We aspire for our children and our youth to be exposed to a variety of religious practices so they can have in their toolbox what spiritual practices work for them to keep them grounded and centered and wholehearted in life. We want this community to be a place where they can be encouraged to be their authentic selves. I want the kids to feel safe enough to be able to grapple with the big questions in life and the tough issues where there aren't clear-cut black and white or right and wrong answers. And if the grappling doesn't provide clear answers, I hope they feel comfortable enough sitting with the unknown mysteries of the universe and be content with not knowing while keeping their questions alive. I want our youth to be able to discern for themselves what is true and what is real and be inspired and supported by this community to live their lives according to their highest ideals of right relations. The sense of growing up in a community of multi-ages can be such an integral part of discerning their own beliefs, of listening to other people, of interacting, of asking questions, of knowing that they are an integral part of the whole. And I hope this provides them with a solid foundation on which to grow and learn throughout their entire lives. This cohort of youth has been profoundly affected by the effects of the pandemic. And the bonds that we had tried to establish as they were hitting middle school disintegrated in the course of not being able to be together in person for a couple years. And so it's a different cohort than it was pre-pandemic. It's a different world. So we're grateful for those who still remain connected in various ways to the church community. And we feel passionate about providing an opportunity to acknowledge and to celebrate this rite of passage as they're moving from being youth to being young adults. I've asked each of our seniors to share a little bit about what their experience was like growing up at People's Church or as a part of Unitarian Universalism, and we have put together a slideshow, and you will see in some of the younger children, unfortunately that aren't here today, but you may recognize many of these faces of kids that grew up here and are present in the slideshow because they were here for all the things when they were kids. So we are fortunate that we have two youth who have bridged this program, Owen and Ellis, to play some music while we enjoy the slideshow before the seniors share their senior statements.
Turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. Hope you've had the time of your life. Take the photographs and still frames in your mind and hang it on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you've had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you've had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you've had the time of your life. When you walk through the storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet song of life. Walk on through the wind. Walk on through the rain. May your dreams be hard and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone.
Hello, everyone. My name is Robbie Crostu, and I've been going to People's Church for about 8 years, or 7 years. This community has always had a very special place in my heart. The people in this community were my main social network for a significant portion of my life. I was homeschooled until like 14 when I started taking college classes at Kalamazoo Valley Community College. I moved here when I was about 6 years old, and I really felt like an outsider. But this church accepted me and my family with open arms. The people here in religious education classes were my first friends, and it was here that I figured out my place in society. It was Reverend Rachel's countless services and speeches and stuff that I have sat in to watch that have brought me to conclusions about my beliefs, about the person that I want to be, and which fueled my ever-growing mass of questions. I owe the middle and high school cons and Heartland Area Youth Council for preparing me to move forward into adulthood with confidence, open-mindedness, and peace. Next spring, I plan to apply to the University of Michigan, and there I will achieve a Master of Fine Arts through their interdisciplinary Stamps Art program. With that degree, I wish to teach art on a college level. A single art class, I believe, has the potential to shape someone's entire relationship to the creative arts. And I want to be a person who can encourage, teach, and nurture future students' creativity. I believe art cannot simply be measured by the work you create or the time it takes to make it, but about how you feel while creating it. It's about the beauty of wordless expression and the beauty of the indomitable human spirit. So thank you, people's people, for giving it your all. Thank you for allowing yourself to grow and change. Thank you for being you.
I'm Sam Kirkwood, and I've been a member of People's Church since as long as I can remember. While I have not regularly attended church since COVID, the experiences I had, the memories I made, and the lessons I learned will stick with me forever. Throughout my time at People's Church, I have always been welcomed and made to feel at home. I have always enjoyed my time here, and I never have felt unwanted or left out. I can tell you about all the lessons I've learned and all the experiences I had, but I believe the greatest pieces of knowledge that I have gained encompass them all. Walk your own path of life and respect others' walks as well. Don't let anybody tell you who you are or tell you that you can't achieve. Be kind, and you're going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I firmly believe that what you get out of People's Church is based entirely on what you put in. How much fun you have and what lessons you learn are based upon the opportunities that you take. Therefore, my advice to all the youth, go for it. Whatever opportunity you get, take the chance. Go to cons, go to Mystic Lake, and go to camp while you still can. The memories to be made and the value to be gained by attending these events is something that will forever be understated. Once again, I'm Sam Kirkwood, and I'll be graduating from Gull Lake High School this spring. I plan to attend Northern Michigan this fall to study natural resources and conservation. Go Wildcats.
Feel like I might have missed out on some of those cons now. All right. Community. Wait. There we go. Community. My name is Ian Webster, and during my time at People's Church, I've come to learn a lot about community. I've been a member at People's Church since around the time I was born, and this church has helped me grow from a small child to a better person overall. The first example of community at People's that comes to mind is what we're doing right now, holding a service. Services take tons of planning, scheduling, performance, writing, budgeting, and reading, all so that the source material we listen to can help us connect to each other spiritually. But all of that work doesn't just come from one person. No, it comes from a community of people that make up our church, sometimes sharing duties, sometimes taking tasks on as an individual, and all to push towards a common goal. I remember, even during COVID-19, my mother and loads of other people logging into Zoom on Sunday for services. And I remember, even during COVID-19, the church somehow managed to provide them. The only way that could have been accomplished was through the strong community we have here. Another thing that comes to mind is Peace and Nature Camp. As a child, Peace and Nature Camp was an opportunity to hang out with friends, play outside, sing songs, make art, enjoy nature, and so much more. As I grew older, though, and eventually became a junior counselor, I began to see a lot of the work behind the scenes that had gone unnoticed, from leaders like Jeff Kirkwood back in the day, Dolores and Laura more recently. I saw people come in and help out, providing activities and opportunities for the young people at camp for the entire week. Parents getting up early to make sure their kid could get to Peace and Nature Camp on time. I saw a community. Even with my Eagle project, the restoration of the labyrinth outside, it couldn't have been done without a community. It started from another scout who, many years ago, made a labyrinth at this church as his Eagle project. With the hard work and donations from members of the congregation, and over the years, eventually it fell into disarray. I took over the task of getting it back into shape and making it easier to maintain. I didn't do it by myself, however, far from it. I had tons of help from both the members of the building and grounds team and the congregation itself, whether donations, manual labor, or just simple good luck wishes, all to serve the church in bringing back something that was lost. and we managed to pull it off. We accomplished something great as a community. By now, I think it's obvious that I made community the central theme here. Well, initially, I wanted to make it a little bit more about me as an individual. During the writing of this speech, I've come to a simple conclusion. This speech is largely about me as an individual, because without People's Church and the community it provided, I wouldn't be who I am today. Talking about myself without much mention of this place is like talking about a machine without the knowledge of how it's made. There would be a lack of context for the values I hold regarding compassion and conservation, the accomplishments I've come to have as I've grown older, and the goals I push for that remain ahead of me. My family and the broader community at People's Church is what made me who I am today. That is all.
I would like to invite up the youth, the bridging seniors, and the young adults.
So, yeah, if you're a young adult, kind of get in this section if you realize.
You guys go back.
Young adults, I know there are a couple of you out here if you want to come on down. Thank you, Julie.
All right, so we have a transition that we want to acknowledge in ritual. So we are inviting the three seniors who are present here with us today to high five through the youth group, over the river, over the bridge, into the adults. And so I'm going to invite you to do that now. So you want to high five these teens, yeah? And it's a perilous journey over the river. So walk carefully. All right, and now we are going to do a blessing for them. I'm going to bless them individually, and then I'm going to ask that we all bless them together as they transition, make this transition into their lives out as young adults. So we bless you today. May your mind be on fire with wonder and wisdom. May your heart be aflame for love for this life. May your hands be ignited with purpose. And may your spirit be aglow with courage and compassion. You are a light onto this world, and you carry our steadfast love with you wherever you go. And at this, we are going to invite everyone to stand up and put your hand on somebody else. We're going to do a laying on hands, and since we're not all going to touch these three people at the same time, we are going to create a web of hands.
Come over this way.
So just, touch a shoulder or a hand if you're comfortable.
Okay.
And I'm going to invite you to say after me. So you guys come up here and touch Annabelle and touch Matthew.
Yeah, we're going to connect this circuit from the other side.
Yeah.
So.
Can you touch Matthew's hand? Are you comfortable doing that, Sanaya?
Right there.
There we go. Okay.
Repeat after me. We bless you.
We bless you.
We love you.
We love you.
May your life unfold with joy.
May your life unfold with joy.
Amen and blessed be.
Amen and blessed be.
Now please remain standing as we sing our closing blessing song.
May the road rise with you. May the wind be always at your back. sun shine warm upon your face. May the rain fall soft upon your fields. Until we meet again, may love hold you in the hollow of her hand. And may the road rise with you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. May the rain fall soft upon your fields. Until we meet again, may love hold you in the hollow of her hand.
So, Robbie and Ian and Brandon, we bless you at this moment of transition and change and growth. And may all of us, in our moments, in what is in transition and change and growth in us, be blessed today as well. Let us all go in peace and go in love.